Hello, and welcome to what is not another weekly update, actually. It is something else. It's a midweek update, I suppose. Just wanted to kind of do one of these today because there's quite a few things that have been happening the past couple of days I wanted to talk about and that are coming up. And I'm still going to do a weekly update next Monday. But I think by then I will have other things to talk about, mostly around sort of teams and development and things like that. But a couple of things have been happening more recently that I really wanted to talk through with you. So let's get into it. So first of all, things to talk about today. First of all, let's address what I'm wearing. Apologies for the hat inside. I know it is so cold all of a sudden, and I'm cold today and really cold, so I'm wearing this hat inside to try and kind of warm up a little bit. I get really cold inside. And one of the reasons I think I'm cold is because I'm tired, and the reason I'm tired is I went to the DevelopHER Awards last night, which was great, and I'm not that sort of tired. I'm not like hungover tired. I drove, thank you. But I'm just tired. I got back at like midnight, so just not had that much sleep. So anyway, DevelopHER Awards, I want to talk about those and talk about that. And then I also want to talk about the European Collaboration Summit, which is coming up next week. So I'm flying out for that on Monday. So we're going to talk through what that is as well and have a quick look at the schedule. That's why I want to do this video really, because I'm still going to do a weekly update on Monday. But this gives me a chance to kind of cover off all this other stuff now. Okay, let's get started. DevelopHER Awards. So happened last night. They are an awards ceremony that run annually in the region in which I live in, the east of England, to really showcase and celebrate the work of women in technology. There are 14, I think, different categories covering all sorts of different things. Entrepreneur, startup, testing. I can't think of any of the others. Like training and inspiration and lots of other things. And the one that I was a part of was the Agile Angel Award. So I was a part of it because Modality every year, the people I work for, sponsor an award, and they like to sponsor the Agile Angel Award. So that's why I was there. I was presenting the award and presenting the award to Rebecca, who won it. Well done, Rebecca. And it was really good. It's a really nice evening. It's like a black tie event, so it's kind of fancy. Everyone's dressed up. It's nice. It's a bit like the Oscars, but without the rambling long speeches and the swearing. It was nice, glitzy, and it was nice to get together again after so long, catch up with some people. Yeah, it was really good. I do actually have some video of the Agile Angel Award being presented and also Rebecca's acceptance speech. So I'm going to try and play that now. So if you're listening to the podcast, you're going to get the audio of this. It should be fine. If you're watching the video, you're going to get the video, but you're going to get it portrait and not landscape because that's how it was recorded. And it should be okay, I think. I've never really tried this before, so the levels might be a little bit off. So if I blow your eardrums, I apologise. I need to find a better way of managing and monitoring the audio. Right now with the setup I've got, I can't like monitor the audio output very well. So I need to fix that, but it's on the list. The audio actually of this is really good for the bits where I'm talking. It's less good for the bits where Rebecca is talking, annoyingly. I was using the Rode Wireless Go 2 lavalier mics, and the mic was on me. So when I'm talking, that sound is really good. It actually picked up Rebecca's speech really well, given that I was standing on stage, but I was maybe 10 feet away from her. But it actually picked up really well because it was amplified throughout the room. And obviously I couldn't go and put a lav mic on her. That would have been weird. I should be able to play this and you should be able to hear it too. So let's try doing this. So, okay, let's go. Thanks.
Good evening. On behalf of all the judges, and just before we kick off these awards properly, can we just recognise that organising an event like this is complicated, time-consuming, super stressful. Organising an event like this in this current environment with their restrictions and their rules that change all the time makes everything 10 times so. Can we get like the biggest applause for the real superstar tonight? It's Vicky. Thank you.
100% on that. Like, Vicky did so much work. She always does every year, actually. It's pretty amazing. She pulls all this stuff together with her volunteers. It's brilliant.
All together for this uplifting, exciting event after 2 years. You've kept all the sponsors on board. You've continued the conversation despite the gap. Thank you. Let's talk about that gap. Agile has always been an important part of how Modality does development, ever since we had a development team 10 years ago. But when a global pandemic comes along, presses pause on all our lives, and suddenly everyone's at home, trying to be a team, trying to stay connected, trying to all pull in the same direction. We already had Agile really firmly embedded. And honestly, having a structure for getting work done already in place, having the ceremonies, the daily stand-ups keeping us connected, the retros for us to moan about how rubbish everything is, the sprint planning sessions to enable us to think and just plan just the next 2 weeks and try and bring some certainty to our lives. I think it saved us. And I don't just mean the work or the company, I mean us. It saved our mental health. It helped us cope. And so tonight, for us, celebrating those who promote and encourage it is even more important to us than it ever has been previously. Our winner tonight uses the tools and the systems in the Agile methodology to ensure people are looked after, such as managing work in progress, encouraging reflection through retros, planning future work for visibility and stability. All of this results in happier, healthier, and more productive teams, which is the best definition of an Agile Angel we can think of. The winner of the 2021 Agile Angel Award is Rebecca Willis.
So Rebecca was like the furthest end you could possibly be from this massive like floor. So like she had to like race all the way down.
Congratulations. Well done. It's kind of awkward after 2 years knowing what to do, right?
Stand in front of the
Oh, yes, sorry. Afterwards.
Thank you so much. So I haven't really kind of managed to sort of formulate my words, but I just want to say a huge thank you to Spectrix. As we alluded to, the pandemic has been phenomenally challenging for all of us, and actually in our company, if we hadn't had our core values of always putting people first, I don't think we'd managed to ride it anything like as smoothly as we have. And my team in particular is incredible. We always worked as a remote first team because we're a distributed team, and we're so fortunate when the pandemic hit that we had such smooth processes already working remotely that we disseminated them across the whole company, and everyone transitioned really, really well. But one of the things I just wanted to say, in the way we work, we work in take all of the agile principles really, really seriously. But for me, as a delivery manager, the most crucial thing for successful teams is psychological safety. And it just showed so much how important that was when we hit a period that was just so difficult for so many people. And we just stopped and took stock and just reevaluated everything we did to take into account all the constraints that different individuals were dealing with. One of the people in my team had to sit next to his flatmate and he came to them, so that's how people work from home. Other people were dealing with bereavement, were dealing with loneliness and isolation, and because we had developed a system making sure that everyone felt really psychologically safe, everyone talked, and we adapted, the whole team worked together
was really cool. I really liked her acceptance speech, actually. I thought it was really good, and really said so many sensible things, so many things that I kind of agree with, and things that I've sort of seen and we've sort of seen as well. So it was really good. And actually, that was just one of 14, and there were 13 other presentations just like that were just as kind of inspiring and just as worthy, and then an overall winner as well. So thumbs up for the DevelopHER Awards. I think it was really good. Great event. It was in Cambridge, so City of Cambridge, which is great. It alternates between being in Cambridge, being in Norwich, and being in Ipswich. It does mean it's an hour and a half away though to drive, which is why I'm tired today. But it's also good because it means that every area gets its turn, if you like. So yeah, really good. So thanks very much for the DevelopHER Awards. Thanks to Vicky for organising it and all the rest of it. Thanks to Frank, who held my phone for me during that video. So we've got the video, so that's really good. Thanks, Frank. It was great. Met some new friends on my table, so that was good fun, and had a really good time. Does a little bit explain what I'm tired this morning or today, but never mind. So I've got these glasses on as well. So I'm normally a contact lens wearer, normally wear contact lenses, and I think for almost all of the videos I do, I tend to wear contact lenses just because like it's consistent. That's how you know me. That's how you see me when you see me out and speaking at conferences and working with customers and all the rest of it. So it kind of makes sense. But yeah, I do wear contacts, and in the evenings I tend to switch into glasses sometimes. And today is just one of those glasses days. So that is the DevelopHER Awards. So that's done. Today's Friday. We've got the weekend. And then on Monday, European Collaboration Summit. So European Collaboration Summit doesn't start until, I want to say, maybe the Tuesday, but I think there's some things happening on the Monday anyway. Anyway, I'm flying out on the Monday. So what does that mean? It means there's a lot of extra paperwork that there wasn't previously. It's slightly lots of things to think about, but it's some paperwork to fill out around vaccinations and where you're going. And Germany has some rules around like a digital registration system for people who are traveling in. So figuring out how to fill that out, figuring out all the data I needed for that. And then I think I've done everything right, and I've printed everything out, even though it's all on my phone anyway, because that's what you do when you travel, right? And I've printed out my COVID pass, and I think I'm ready to go. And I guess we'll find out on Monday. So that's what's happening on Monday. Flying out for that. I'm speaking on and I should know this, but I'm just going to get the schedule up and we'll go through it together in a minute. But I'm pretty sure I'm speaking on the 1st of December. So that is going to make it a Wednesday, I want to say. So let's go through some of this stuff together. If you're watching this, then you can have the screen. Let's sort that out. So this is the European Collaboration Summit website. One of the things I really like actually is this news feed, and this is an amazing video. I'm not going to play it now, but it's a great we're ready, we're coming. We've been waiting for this sort of video from the organisers, so go check that out because that's really good. Let's touch a little bit on the kind of COVID situation and stuff. There are some questions, there are some things. So for the majority, it's down to the rules in Germany. So if you're coming to the European Collaboration Summit, I hope you've already checked all this stuff out because you kind of do need to know what you're doing. So if you're attending, you will need a negative test. You will need or a proof of vaccination or a proof of recovery. If you're doing tests, then they cannot be the self-certified one as far as I understand. I think they have to be like ones that someone else does for you. There is a testing place on site as well. Sorry, I'm just looking at this. It does say, you kind of need a certified test center. I think there is one of those on site. But anyway, if you're vaccinated, you need to bring your proof of vaccination. You need to wear a face mask, a proper one, like an FFP or surgical mask, so not a cloth one, and most of the time, and you need to bring your own. So kind of just be aware of those. They are different. Every conference has its own set of rules and regulations. In the main, I see conference organisers taking this stuff really, really seriously, and I I think that's really good, but also it's what they have to do if they want to stay, if they want to be able to run conferences again in the future, if they want to, keep the confidence of like the people around them in the city in which they're holding the conference, and also their attendees, their sponsors, their exhibitors, and their speakers. So they take it seriously as they should, and so it's on all of us as well to take it equally seriously. And that's not meant as a political statement or anything like that, or or me trying to get my views and make them your views or anything. It's just that's how it is. That's how it has to be at the moment. That's the law, and they're doing it because if they didn't do it, they wouldn't be able to run this conference. So let's talk about the schedule because that's way more interesting. So the 29th is, I believe, Monday. So that's when I'm arriving. So I'm not really taking much part in any of this stuff. But there's an entire day of things. They're more I think they're a bit longer in length. Yeah, look at these, 480 minutes. What is 480 minutes in hours? I have no idea, but I can see if I can work it out. 8 hours. Okay, so it's a full day. So these are full day things you can do on this day, and there's lots of them. There's lots of things around DevOps on Azure. There's some SharePointy stuff. So this conference in general is Microsoft focused. It's Microsoft 365. It's Azure. It's SharePoint. It's all those kind of things, and that's sort of where they're at. So where's the is it the reasons to attend? Here we go. It's the largest community-driven conference focusing on Office 365, Teams, SharePoint, Business Apps, and Power Platform. So you can expect lots of things to do with all of those. And that is why you see people like Vesa Juvonen talking about building solutions for Teams and SharePoint. It's why you see lots of other people. I don't want to call people out because then I miss people. So I shouldn't really have started with Vesa, but never mind. Vesa's doing two things actually, both of which are 8 hours long. So that's going to be fun. Okay, good. Anyway, let's talk about the next day. This is a bit more of a normal looking day in terms of conferencing. We've got a keynote, and that's going to be good. There's lots of things that are coming that are like secrets, like this one, look, TBA soon. So we're going to see, what's happening here. There's a keynote from Microsoft here. So Caruana is doing the Teams hybrid workplace keynote, which would be really interesting. There's actually two conferences happening kind of in parallel here. There's the Collab one and the Cloud one. So over on the Cloud one, Google are keynoting, and over on the Collab one, Microsoft are keynoting. So take your pick from that stellar lineup, and then we're into conferencing sessions proper. And if I'm more interested in the Collab side of things than the Cloud one, but there's lots of different things to take your pick and to spend your time on. Sorry for those plosives. I should stay away from this microphone a bit. And that goes all the way through the day. So interesting things I've seen. There's quite a few. It's quite hard to kind of look through. A lot of this, you see this a lot with conferences, right, and sessions, because there's just so many things you want to go and see. Look at this one, like Johan. I haven't heard Johan speak for years because of, I was looking through my photos the other day. I think 2018 was the last time, or 2017, sorry, was the last time I heard Johan speak. And this would be really interesting, bringing your own phone numbers to Teams without infrastructure. So that sounds really interesting. And it's not exactly my area of expertise, but it's close enough that I would be super interested in that. And so maybe I'll try and get to that. Even though it's in the cloud section, not the cloud section, I'm still interested in this Azure deployment mechanisms from the field. So Ryan Yates, great speaker. This will be good. Talking and looking through all sorts of Azure ARM templates, Bicep, Terraform, and that's a great looking session as well. I've done that thing which I promised I'd never do, which is start calling out individual sessions because you just can't stop them because there's so many really good ones. There's a lot of speakers here. This conference actually attracts a lot of speakers from all around the world. There's lots of American folks flying in. There's lots of people from Europe. There's lots of people from the UK. Lots and lots of things going on. I'm talking at 10:30 on the third day, I suppose, sort of second conference day, the Wednesday. I'm talking at 10:30 European time. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about bot wars. So comparing Power Virtual Agents against Bot Framework. That they're both things that you can do in the Microsoft ecosystem to build bots. Obviously, that's what I care a lot about and what I talk a lot about. So it's kind of confusing though if you're coming into this world, if you're a developer coming into this world, should you use Bot Framework, should you use Power Virtual Agent, should you use something else? What about this? What about that? Where and what are the pros and the cons? What's good where and when? So that's what I want to go through. Lots of other things happening as well. This will be good, I think. I don't think I know the speaker particularly, but that's more on me than her, I think. This looks like a really good session around publishing high-quality apps on the Teams App Store. Very relevant at the moment, very interesting. Reminded that you can now charge money for Teams in the App Store, so that is definitely worth your attention, I think. Lots of things on Power Apps and the Power Platform, so lifecycle management, lots and lots of things. And then this goes all the way through the day, and you can just call out a million different sessions here that you might want to go and see. Calling APIs, building connections to cloud services properly. There was another... Oh, that would be good as well. Interesting. Azure Durable Functions. So, that would be good as well, I think. And yeah. Oh, and what's this one by Microsoft? AI, a legal view in the Microsoft. Interesting. That will be kind of interesting as well, I think. A legal view in the Microsoft universe. Anyway, so lots of things to go through here. So if you're going to European Collaboration Summit, it would be great to see you. Please come and say hello. Come and find me. Let's have a drink and talk about stuff. That would be really good. If you're not going to European Collaboration Summit, I am afraid I don't know whether or not these sessions are going to be on demand. I haven't heard anything to say that they are, so it is possible that they might not be. So I'm afraid there might not be a way for you to catch those on demand. If that's the case, though, I will be kind of seeing what I'm going to be doing with the talk that I've done. What I might end up doing is like recording it here as a kind of session and putting it out as a video, or I might see if I can present it at some other place where they're going to do on-demand recordings as well, so that you can get a copy of it. If you've got any specific questions after having read the abstract of my session, if you know you can't attend it, and you've got specific questions, kind of ask me anyway, because that probably means that it's something that maybe I should be including, or maybe it's something I address and I can just kind of answer anyway quickly. Okay. I think that's everything I wanted to say, and it's already 25 minutes long, so it's kind of a little bit of a ramble, and didn't touch on any kind of news and events that happened in the past week. I'll keep those to the Monday weekly updates, but I did want to cover off the DevelopHER Awards because I think it was really good, and I did want to cover off the European Collaboration Summit because it is coming up and it's going to be a lot of stuff happening and a lot of noise on Twitter and social media stuff. So you can kind of follow my feed as I'm doing that. I'm going to try and cover it with video, as much as I can, so you can get a feel for it. And it should be good. Should be good. Should be fun. Should be good to catch up with people. It sounds like from all the preparations, from all the planning I've heard from the conference organisers, it sounds like it's going to be a really good conference. It sounds like they're doing everything very safely as well, so I'm kind of reassured by that. And it'll be fun to get in an aeroplane again, I think. We'll see. I don't know. All right, I think that's everything I wanted to say. Look out for the weekly update on Monday. I'm not quite sure where I'm going to record it from yet, so bear with me if it doesn't all hit YouTube and podcasts and LinkedIn and the blog post all in one go, and is it like dripped out a little bit throughout Monday. I think YouTube probably will come first. But like when you're traveling, it's hard sometimes to do that workflow. Like I've got a whole workflow that's built up to automate and like streamline getting all that stuff out, but it's all based around like my desktop machine. So when I'm not around, I do have a similar workflow for when I'm on the go, but it is a bit iffy, and like it does very much require a lot of 4G and Wi-Fi, and sometimes that's not there. So if the worst comes to the worst, I'll do the YouTube one as much as I can, and then I'll sort everything else out when I get to the hotel. All right. I think that's everything. Thanks for watching. Let me know what you thought of this, whether you thought it was just a ramble I should never do again, or whether this kind of slightly more informal, just talking about stuff is what you like. I've deliberately tried to prioritize the quality of the voice. It's not perfect, but like with what I have, with the kind of microphone and audio setup I've got, which I know is not great, so apologies for that, especially around those plosives. But yeah, it is what it is. Trying to see if I can't make it better in the new year with some extra kit, so we'll see how that goes. But let me know if you thought this was a useful thing to have, and if you liked it. And I will see you again next time.